Development Fund officially launched. MV Blue Wave Harmony sustains damage to hull in Scarborough Harbour, and all Tobago steel bands through to Panorama semis. Good evening, Tobago. I am Zoba Samuel. Thank you for tuning in to the Channel 5 News for Friday, January 30th, 2026. Chief Technical Advisor of the Tobago House of Assembly, Anselm Richards, announced the launch of the Tobago Development Fund, TDF.
Is really an institutional response to the financing need of the Tobago economy, especially more so for business expansion and economic and infrastructure development to drive the transformation, the socio-economic transformation of the Tobago Island. What we are seeking to do is to increase our ability to fund projects off budget, and also to create an ecosystem where we can create unique financing instruments for the Tobago business people, because the traditional banking sector has not been working in a positive way, or to the extent we would have wanted them to work to drive business transformation and development in Tobago.
An instrument of economic transformation for Tobago businesses. Richard says it was the need to develop alternatives to traditional financing that forced the THE decades ago to set up business development units, BDU, and venture capital funding for businesses. Now it's an upgrade to the intervention to assist businesses.
Which is akin to a development bank. So that is to create a new financing ecosystem for Tobago that will be targeted to provide, innovative financing solutions to Tobago businesses that respond to their needs and take into consideration all the nuances that characterizes the Tobago business sector.
Richard says although the fund was created to bypass traditional demands of the banking sector, the fund is not a mechanism to give away public funds. It would still require strict internal controls and scrutiny.
Well, our intention is to innovate financial solutions that will be responsive to the challenges without exposing the public resources. That is the program, right? So we understand this stringency, and that's why we are responding by creating. We have to be innovative, and that is what we are doing. So we are not static to lock ourselves in and out of opportunities because of what the traditional demands of the banking sector is.
Richard said the assistance to businesses does not stop in financial assistance. Institutional support entails technical development and advice, incubator access, and technologies to strengthen business development. Minister of Homeland Security Roger Alexander says he will not reveal any information regarding the investigation into police-involved fatal shooting of Joshua Samaru. He invoked Standing Order 27 of the House of Representatives on January 30th when he responded to the question on the steps being taken to ensure a transparent investigation into the January 20th incident.
Mr. Speaker, this is an ongoing investigation by law enforcement. As a result of that, Mr. Speaker, SO 27-1G.
The Member of Parliament for Lopino Aruka, Marvin Gonzalez, in whose name the question was filed, asked whether the minister would give the assurance that the investigation would be transparent. The House Speaker, Jagdeo Singh, intervened.
Don't require speech. All right. Calm down, everyone. I do not require speech. You are very well aware that these standing orders permit questions. They do not permit a speech. Ask a question. I'm not going to treat that as a first question. So if you're prepared to ask a question in conformity with the standing orders, I'm prepared to allow it. I have
Former Public Utilities Minister Mark Gonzalez repeated his question. At this point, Speaker Jagdeo told Gonzalez to sit and spoke to the House about the Public Immunity Clause.
I have repeatedly elucidated the operation of Standing Order 27(1)G. Okay? As I have said, and I don't wish to repeat what I previously said on how public interest immunity works. Remember, Faruqa Lupino, you've been a lawyer for over 15 years now. Surely you must be familiar with the principle of public interest immunity. Once public interest immunity is invoked, I don't have the mechanism, nor either do I have the jurisdiction to undertake an examination or a second guessing of the invocation of the public interest immunity rule. That is what 27(1)G is.
Gonzalez was again told to repeat his supplemental question. Homeland Security Minister Alexander again invoked Standing Order 27. That standing order allows a minister to decline to answer a parliamentary question if he feels that disclosing the information is not in the public's interest. Former Police Commissioner Gary Griffith would have handled the situation differently involving the police-involved situation in St. Augustine last week. Griffith shared this view when he appeared as a guest on the Tobago Channel 5's morning talk show Rise and Shine. Reacting to the fatal shooting of Joshua Samaru and the maiming of his common-law wife, Rhea Seeley, Police Commissioner Alistair Guevara said he had not seen any reason to remove the officers from active duty and instead sought counseling for them. However, former Commissioner Griffith said police can remain on the job in some instances, but in this case is different as victims appeared to be surrendering and one appeared to have succumbed to injuries, but police continued to shoot.
In this situation, however, that took place recently, this is a clear case of police officers not understanding minimum use of force. And I'm not speaking about the initial firing. Even after they fired and the individuals seem to have been neutralized, and there's a reason I use the word neutralized, 10 seconds later, someone still continued firing. And it shows that there was poor training in the officers understanding minimum use of force policy.
Griffith said the lack of understanding of the use of force policy seems to also be at the top of the organization.
Additionally, the Commissioner of Police lacks training and understanding minimum use of force policy, and the Minister of Homeland Security, when they foolishly kept stating, you all don't know what happened before. It shows these individuals they don't understand international best practice, they don't understand minimum use of force, because if these two individuals in the car even shot at police officers, fired a bazooka at them 10 seconds before, and then on that point, their hands were in the air and they had surrendered, you cannot go back to state what it is that they did initially to justify shooting at them. The only way that you can shoot at anyone is if it is that your life is at risk or a fellow citizen.
He said the head of the police service must allay the public's fears about police conduct.
It is now for the commissioner now to put a degree of calm and control. In international best practice, in every police department in North America and Europe, anytime you fire your weapon, whether you're correct, whether you are wrong, whether you save lives, immediately you're put on desk duty. That is not an admission of guilt. That is just to ensure that the public can be controlled to know that this person is going to, we are going to get the results first before we send him back out in the streets.
The former top cop said the current situation in the country about the police involved in fatal killing should be concerned by senior officials and in the public service. And in questioning Commissioner Guevara's choice to allow the police involved in the shooting to remain on the job, Griffith asked about the performance of traumatized officers on active duty.
there can be some type of emotional trauma. And the commissioner has admitted that by stating that he is providing counseling. So you providing counseling for officers means that it's a possibility that there may be some degree of mental instability, emotional trauma, but you're saying providing counseling for you, but still take a gun that can kill 35 persons in 3 seconds.
Griffith said when he served as a former commissioner, he faced a similar situation like the police involved with fatal shooting. Then he suspended all the officers from duty. He said that in this instance where the action of the entire police service is being called into question, Commissioner Guevara should have taken more decisive action. More news when we return.
Welcome to the speed round of getting money right. Let's begin. Name some of the red flags associated with an investment scam.
Pressure tactics to invest.
Correct.
Promise of money if you bring friends.
Correct.
Request for personal information.
Correct. Bonus question. What is the penalty for operating a pyramid or Ponzi scheme?
$10 million and 10 years in prison.
Correct. Well done. The scores are even, so we go to our tiebreaker question. You receive money in your account from an investment company and they tell you to transfer it to a third account. Does that sound right?
I think about it, and that not right.
Congratulations, you tinker! Getting Money Right is brought to you by the TTSEC. Visit investigateTT.com to access free learning resources and check the TTSEC for a list of registered individuals and securities. The Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission. You invest, we protect, everyone benefits.
Escape to elegance at Le Chateau Suites Tobago. Gated privacy, breathtaking villas, unforgettable memories, where Caribbean dreams become reality.
For 10 years, Pulse 89.5 FM has been the beat that moves Tobago. From the latest hits to the voices of the community, we bring the island's rhythm to life. Every day, every hour. Stay locked to Pulse 89.5 FM, the beat of Tobago. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram and stream us worldwide on the TuneIn app.
You come in. Long time I see you. This station complete. Ready for children party. Mommy! Jay, you can't go nowhere with these children. And you know you can't depend on Kevin neither Stephen to see about them. Yeah, total waste. So I supposed to stay home whole time? Jada is 12. She could see about that. You just leave Jada to see about Kia and Kayla? I thought it was your mother or your sister. Who? Them always busy. Jada could handle that. She cooking and cleaning a long time. And the next two better know what time it is. It's only me, you know. I will talk to my mother. She just home these days. She will make sure the children okay. Alright. Let me see the moves for later.
Before you ramage, make sure the children okay. Call 996 to report all child abuse now. A message from the Children's Authority of Trinidad and Tobago.
Welcome back. The Port Authority of Trinidad and Tobago, PATT, has reported that the MV Blue Wave Harmony sustained damages to its hull while undergoing berthing maneuvers at the port of Scarborough on the morning of January 30th. They report that at the time, only the crew of the vessel was on board and no injuries were reported. The vessel was subsequently secured and remains stable, and all safety protocols have been activated. Preliminary information indicates that the weather condition, including strong winds, were contributing factors and the circumstances remain under assessment. The vessel was undergoing sea trials and was assisted by a marine pilot in keeping with standard operational practice. Marine pilots or harbor pilots are professional navigators responsible for guiding vessels and have specific knowledge of local conditions, including depths, currents, and navigational hazards. They are usually employed by the Port Authority to navigate the waterways. The Port Authority of Trinidad and Tobago Inter-Island Transportation Company will issue updates. The Blue Wave Harmony is the replacement vessel for the cargo operations on the Inter-Island Sea Bridge. Damage to the hull of the cargo vessel, the MV Blue Wave Harmony, on January 26th is delaying the transportation of the bands to the Trinidad for the medium and large conventional band semi-finals on Sunday, February 1st. Kirsch Ramsey, the arranger for Cats and Jammers Steel Orchestra of Blackrock and Steel Explosion of Canby, says the bands are losing 2 days of practice because of this incident on the port.
So the arrangement made yesterday was the boat could only travel on Thursday, whereas the boat is travel on Friday. We know we are accustomed missing Friday because of traveling. But this year, for the first time, we're actually missing 2 nights because of the whole arrangement with the new boat and whatnot.
Earlier today, some of the pans were taken off the vessel and are sitting on the port. With the competition just 2 days away, Ramsey says practice is critical. There are changes to be made to the tunes. He stressed that when the band could be practicing, the band is waiting, while bands in Trinidad are jamming and fine-tuning their presentation for Sunday at the Savannah. The communication director at the Port Authority of Trinidad and Tobago says some of the bands were eventually taken to Trinidad on the Galleon's passage today, and others on the Trinidad and Tobago Spirit on today's voyage to Trinidad. Some remains in the Blue Wave Harmony. The calls keep coming for Kamala Persad-Bissessar to name the 2 independent senators she claimed attempted to seek bribes from the government for their votes in the Zoso bill is getting louder. Former Tobago West MP Ayanna Webster Roy called out Persad-Bissessar on claims, saying that if the Prime Minister does not provide the evidence, she is creating mischief, flirting with the defamation and insulting the population's intelligence. She said independent senators should not be bullied, hinted at, or psychologically cornered, and should be allowed to think freely and vote honestly. Allegations without proof are not leadership, Webster Roy said in her social media post. In the post, a strategical space named the Tongue says, and titled Bluff Meets Backbone, she argues that people's authority is not tied to their title, but lies in their credibility. Noting that Persad-Bissessar only made the allegations against the independent senators after the failure of the Zoso bill in the upper house. Webster Roy said the fact that no independent senator voted to support the Zoso bill, one voted against and the other abstained, proved that the senators were not in favor of the proposed legislation. The former MP added that independent senators stood their ground and should be respected, not chastised, and that Trinidad and Tobago needs leaders who can accept conflict without resorting to creating it. Former Government Minister Stuart Young has joined the chorus of voices calling on Persad-Bissessar to name the 2 independent senators whom she accused last week of taking bribes for votes in the upper house. He has gone a step further and is now calling on her to take evidence of the alleged bribe to President Christine Kangaloo. In a social media post, Young, an attorney at law, cited the Constitution of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, reminding the Prime Minister that, under the Constitution, she is duty-bound to refer matters of this nature to the President. Young said that, as a senior counsel, Persad-Bissessar should be aware of the laws. He said the Prime Minister must immediately write the President and inform her of the evidence she has on her claim. The President will then act on the information provided. He noted too that the fact that the Prime Minister has raised the claims of illegal activity is eroding trust and confidence in Parliament, and situations must be addressed. Young said he looks forward to the Prime Minister obeying the Constitution. Stay with us. More news when we return.
Need furniture and appliances for your home at affordable prices? It's time to visit JG's Furniture and Appliances Limited at their showroom at Smithfield No. 2 in Scarborough. There's more room to shop, more furniture and appliances, more brands to choose from, all at the same affordable price. Get everything you need to furnish your home, like stoves, fridges, washing machines, couches, dining sets. They even have swing chairs, school desks, chase lounges, sports sets, garden benches, day beds, and coffee tables. JG's is perfect for gift ideas for new and established homeowners. A wide variety of furniture and appliances. After 35 years, JG's is still Tobago's top choice for furniture and appliances. Visit their showrooms either at Orange Hill Road or Smithfield No. 2. JG's, make your dream home come true.
Cathedral Credit Union is celebrating big. Get up to $81,000 at just 0.8% interest with our anniversary loan. And because Christmas is in the air, we're spreading cheer with up to $60,000 at only 1%. Visit cathedralcutt.com or call 235-6947 today. Cathedral Credit Union. Member owned, member focused.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
Welcome back. 3 Tobago steel orchestras are going through to the semi-final round of the large conventional bands competition. The show called Savannah Party is at the north stand of the Queen's Park Savannah on Sunday, February 1st. 17 large bands will compete for 10 spots in the 2026 National Panorama Finals on Carnival Saturday at the Savannah. The Tobago bands in order of appearance are RBC Redemption Sound Setters Steel Orchestra, who scored 267 points in the preliminary round, will play in third position, with their rendition of Oil in the Coil by Irwin Reyes Johnson, arranged by Michael Toby. Cats and Jammers Steel Orchestra scored 271 points in the prelims and will play in a fifth position, with Winford's Joker Divine Too Young to Soca, arranged by Kush Ramsey. NLCB Buccaneers Steel Orchestra scored 269 points and will play in a 12th position. Their rendition, Carnival Birthday, composed by Colonel Roberts and arranged by Cian Gomez. Meanwhile, 2 Tobago bands will compete in the medium and large conventional Panorama semi-final competition. 16 bands will take the stage for 12 coveted spots in the finals to be held at the parade grounds of the Dwight York Stadium on Sunday, February 8th. The two Tobago bands in order of appearance are Steel Explosion Steel Orchestra, playing Leroy Calcit, We Could Make It If We Try, arranged by Kirsch Ramsey with a score of 263 points from the preliminaries, and Dixieland Steel Orchestra playing Raising Dust, arranged by Dante Pantin, and scoring just 1 point less than Steel Explosion at 262. Both bands are chasing first place finisher Courts Sounds Specialist of Laventille with 272 points. Kirsch Ramsey and Cats and Jammers Steel Orchestra won the Panorama Medium Conventional Band Championships in 2025. The band has dominated the category for 5 years in a row, but has since moved up in the large conventional band category for 2026. Would Tobago continue to dominate the category? Channel 5 asked Ramsey. Yesterday, we reported 5 schools and 7 students were selected for the semi-finals of the 2026 Trinbago Unified Calypsonian Organization (TUCO) National Junior Calypso Monarch competition that takes place in Trinidad. But the actual number of schools participating is 6, and 8 students in total will participate. 13 students took part in the preliminaries. Chairman of TUCO Tobago says this is a remarkable achievement.
I think that is very well done by the way we have to call it Team Tobago. We're looking forward to tomorrow at the junior semis. Let's see what tomorrow gives them, because I think the kids are awesome. The kids are awesome. I was told over and over again, from the comments that these kids are amazing. There are people asking how can they donate towards the juniors' cause, whatever they need and stuff like that. So I'm seeing that people are interested and loving what they're doing at the moment.
The 8 performers are Alexandra Stewart and Kosi Davidson from Signal Hill Secondary, Kalia Alfred and Kalia Ramsey from Bishop's High School, Dania Mohammed from Signal Hill Government Primary, Nataki Thompson from Scarborough Secondary, Uriah Duncan of St. Nicholas Primary, and Atia Lynch from the University of Trinidad and Tobago. The semi-finals will be on Sunday, January 31st at the Calypso Dynasty Radisson Hotel on Wrightson Road in Port of Spain, beginning at 9 a.m. Admission is free to all. Tobago students will have another chance at a Calypso competition in Tobago October Carnival celebrations organized by the House of Assembly. The Trinidad and Tobago Chamber of Industry and Commerce is advising the government that the best way to introduce the 77% increase in gas prices to the business sector is on a phased basis. In a January 29th statement, the TT Chamber said it is gathering the financial and other costs of the gas price increase from its members to the National Gas Company of Trinidad and Tobago. The Chamber also noted that it is aware that government has facilitated its members access to natural gas pricing and continues to benefit from water and electricity subsidies, demonstrating that the government fosters a business environment conducive to economic diversification. The Chamber said that while it understands the challenges the government faces, any increase in energy and utility pricing should be approached carefully so that Trinidad and Tobago's economy holistically benefits citizens, generates economic returns, and safeguards competitiveness, employment, and export-led growth. The TT Chamber said its manufacturing members indicated that their business operations use approximately 1.5% of NGC's total gas production and employ thousands of people, thereby contributing to the Trinidad and Tobago economy. It said, too, that it understands the government must increase its revenue. However, it cautions that there must be a balance between the impact that a natural gas price increase will have on consumers and Trinidad and Tobago's competitiveness of its exported products. The TT Chamber said it is still open to talks with all key stakeholders and committed to working toward finding a solution that will have the least economic strain on the national economy and business economy. The weather when we return.
Have you visited Tobago Channel 5's Facebook or Instagram pages lately? Well, check them out now for all the interviews and up-to-date news. Remember to like, share and follow for Tobago news and current affairs information at your fingertips.
Daddy said it was our special love. I told my granny, but she didn't help. He was so nice when we talked online. I threw up again. I just can't sleep. I failed my test. I missed school last week. Now he wants pictures of my body. I have a right to a feet. Stop hurting me. Please!
Don't keep child abuse a secret. If you see something, say something. Report it today at 996. A message from the Children's Authority of Trinidad and Tobago and the European Union United Nations Spotlight Initiative.
Rise and shine in the morning is just part of my day.
From 6:30 to 8:30 every day. Foreign man says so.
It informs me of what happens in Tobago.
I find it to be so informative. Every aspect of Tobago affairs is being discussed there. So I will continue to look at Rise and Shine. That's my thing.
Monday to Friday, 6:30 a.m. to 8:30 a.m.
I love Rise and Shine.
Welcome back. Tonight is fair to cloudy, partly cloudy, hazy with the isolated shower and light breeze. Tomorrow generally fair, hazy and breezy, interrupted at times by partly cloudy showery periods, mainly during morning. Night will be fair but hazy with a light breeze. Seas moderate. Winds east to east-southeast 5 to 45 kilometers per hour. Waves in open waters up to 2.5 meters and in sheltered areas 1 meter to 1.3 meter, occasionally choppy. High tides at 3:13 a.m. and 2:39 p.m. Low tides at 8:33 a.m. and 9:29 p.m. Sunrise at 6:26 and sunset at 6:05. Tomorrow's temperature should reach a maximum of 30 degrees Celsius and fall to 24 degrees Celsius. Let's recap our headlines. Tobago Development Fund officially launched. MV Blue Wave Harmony sustains damage to hull in Scarborough Harbour. And all Tobago steel bands through to Panorama semis. That does it for us tonight at the Channel 5 News Desk. I am Zoba Samuel saying, have a good night and stay safe.